Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the show today. Really happy to have you here. We're going to be talking about a lot of crazy things, actually. There's so much news, there's no way I can cover it all. But yeah, I know you guys been watching it, but it's been crazy, and it shall continue to be so. It seems. Nevertheless, I really hope you guys are going over and taking a look at us on the other side here. Let me do this real quick. Let me see here. Yeah. Anyway, let me bring up another window. Then I didn't do that. Alrighty. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Anyway, we're going to be talking about some various news today. First thing I'm going to do is go over here and hit the like button and share it out so everybody knows that we're on. Please do that if you could. I do appreciate it. It helps us out the most, actually. But how has your day been? Hopefully, it's been good. Mine is a beautiful sunny day, and hopefully, I will have some fun here today after in school, and of course, first with you guys. So that's always good. Let me share this out and get this done. All righty then. So we have Lady Celtic Moon over there in the chat. Hello. And hopefully we'll get a few more people after I post this. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. And then I can come over here and do this. Huh. Alrighty. All right. Sorry about that. The way things are set up here on YouTube now, you kind of got to do a lot of things after the fact where you used to be able to set things up. You can't do that anymore. Oh, well, I guess. But it is the way it is. All right, I'm all done. So, very good. Yes, I do. Yes, Lady Celtic Moon, I usually do have someone in here. And you say, yay, someone is streaming. So, does everybody take the day off or something? Hey, Roger. Um, is there something going on in the States I don't know about? I'm not really sure. I just woke up a few hours ago. I haven't really turned the internet on until now, but maybe I missed something. But I'm going to be talking about a lot of crazy news today, and there's so much I couldn't even get to. I kind of actually just put up a news page at the end to just kind of scroll through and look at all the nonsense. But one thing that I am surprised at, you would think that now that they control everything, they got their man in, they're all happy and excited and dancing in the streets, that the progressives would calm down a little bit. But damn, if they're not just hitting the accelerator button. That's the way it goes, I guess. All righty. Well, I guess I'll just jump over and start looking at the news, and we'll take a look and see what I got for today. All righty. Here we go. I brought it up earlier, so that's what I was talking about. But you know, guys know that the first thing I like to do is talk about no holiday today. Okay. It was sunny here today in West Texas. I am still ordering parts to repair from the freeze. No TV channels for me. Oh yeah, no, I don't watch TV either. But yeah, you guys did get hit with a bit of a cold snap. It sounds like, and it caused quite a bit of trouble. Maybe it's you guys are less used to cold, so you're not prepared for it. You don't have the tools or equipment in place. But those things happen from time to time. I remember a big cold snap back when I was young in Texas too. Made the news, so happens every now and then. But you guys know I like to talk about board games, and here's the one I want to talk about a little bit today. Now, this game is from Richard Garfield. Now, you might recognize his name or not. He is one of the biggest names in actually board gaming. You might not know it though offhand. Of course, this guy is the one who created Magic: The Gathering, and whew, that was a big one. They made a lot of money off that. Matter of fact, Magic the Gathering is so big, it's kept many brick and mortar hobby stores in business over the decades. So good on you for that, Richard Garfield. But he also created this game and others. This is called King of Tokyo. Now, King of Tokyo is definitely a family kids game. It's not something. I mean, you could play it as adults. I have. It could be fun, a good fun game at a party where you're drinking and just having some laughs. You can play it that way, but mainly it's something you play with a family or for kids. And kids absolutely adore this. It has everything they want. Right? You got big cutout kaiju characters here, giant monster characters that represent you. You get these big old dials that you use to keep track of the points you earn and your health, because you're basically it's a kaiju fight game. And you got these cool dice you roll that give you that you can do in a Yahtzee way to you keep what you want and you can roll up to three times, and you can. Kind of take the strategy you want. You can heal with it, or you can try to gain victory points. You can do attacks, and you can take this energy, which is like money. But kids adore this game. It is just exactly what's in their brain. And they have even girls will sit down and love this game. And actually, the girls are the most brutal, by the way. But I just want to introduce King of Tokyo today and talk about it because if you have kids in your house, you should have this in your repertoire. Yeah, it is Yahtzee. It's basically a fighting game based off the Yahtzee system, and it works really well, Dave. And it's pretty, it's colorful. It's also, as you can see over here, it has these cards which you can buy with your energy, which are allowed you to do special things and have special powers. And it's not too long. You can get a game of this done in 30 minutes, I'd say, 20 minutes. Now they also have another game called King of New York, which is kind of a sequel to this one. It came out more recently, a few years ago, and that one adds complexity, and maybe that's something adults would more gravitate toward. But the whole series is really fun. Kids love it. It's an easy game night thing to bring out. The kids will probably cheer when they see it, and of course, it's good fun for just a simple gathering as well. King of Tokyo, Richard Garfield, the creator of Magic the Gathering. So you check it out. All righty. Now let's move over here to the craziness that's going on today with the news. Now, first up, we have Hogwarts Legacy lead designer Troy Levitt under fire for formerly running anti-social justice YouTube channel. Now, that's interesting because by looking at the charge here in this headline, you would think he's done something really horrible. But of course, as you come down and take a look at it, all he has is a channel like ours. I mean, right? It's okay to be a gamer. Well, it is okay to be a gamer. They have a list of his stuff here, and he's basically a conservative, maybe even a Republican. That's criminal now, I guess. But this is bringing up a bunch of accusations from these peoples because how dare he be involved in Hogwarts Legacy, which looks pretty good, by the way. But at the same time, have a political opinion. Oh my, how dare you? Of course, that's ironic, seeing as the fact is the creator of Harry Potter herself never shuts up about politics, does she? But he's a far right YouTuber. Am I a far right YouTuber? Am I? I don't think so. I've always considered myself a moderate, but I guess I am. I guess I'm far right now. Everybody write that down. Yeah. Let's see. Chester, I hope you don't have the news article on Street Fighter Cross Fortnite. It's Bro, Ryu, and Disney Princess Chun Li. Now, I don't know everything about what you just said there, but I do recognize one part of what you said right there, and that's, of course, that some idiot, you know, supposed game journalists who don't play the games, don't read anything, don't do any research, came out and said, "Why isn't Chun-Li in the Kombat game?" Which is dumb. We all know that. I mean, think about the notable and recognizable video game characters worldwide. I mean, who do you got? You got Mario. I mean, most everybody knows who Mario is, right? Who else we got? Hmm. Let me see. Maybe Peach, and maybe the big guy that Mario fights, the turtle guy. What's his name? Bowser, we say in English. You got him. Maybe a lot of people recognize him. See, Batman's got a bunch of video games. People recognize that. Luke Skywalker, maybe. He's not in many though, is he? No, no. Yeah, but Chun Li. Yeah, everybody knows Chun Li. She's probably more popular than Ryu and Ken. Wouldn't you say? Her and then maybe Cammy because she's a sexy, badass Chinese girl with thighs to absolutely kick walls down. But and this person doesn't know that. But of course, that shines a light on the problem that these supposed journalists don't know anything about games. Oh, Pac-Man. There you go, Dave. Yeah, that's another good one too. But there's not a lot of video game characters that are known just, culturally around the world. With gamers, we know lots of characters, of course, but they're not. Even something like Metal Gear Solid, where you get Snake, or Master Chief from the Halo series. There's plenty of people that have no clue who they are, right? But it just goes to show you more of this nonsense. These people aren't actual gamers; they're just hateful people going and making noise. So yeah, that was an interesting article. Yeah. Lady Kelton Moon says Chester is far right. Okay, I've written it down. All right, there you go. There we got it solved. All right. Now, this one is just making nonsense noise because if you look at this chart here and you kind of look at all the titles of stuff, it's no different than what we do here. It's making jokes at nonsense and it's having a laugh. And it's like, so what? I mean, our gamer's toxic. Yeah, sometimes, sure. And he's running the Hogwarts Legacy thing, and they're all upset about it. But to be fair, Hogwarts Legacy looks interesting to me. It might be fun. It might be completely oriented toward children, though. We'll have to see if it's actually a cool, just open world MMO, or maybe it's more of a single player type of thing. But if it's cool, I want to play it. It looks fun. I kind of got hooked into the Harry Potter stuff because I read the books for my kids and we watched the movies with the kids, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun." I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think of that generation, my kids' generation, that what this was the premier IP, wasn't it? I mean, I remember people just going crazy when the books came out. They sold like mad. So this should be fun, but you can't have anything nice. No, no nice things for you anymore. Yeah, definitely not. So yeah, dumb article. Of course, the article is not dumb. It's just pointing out the idiocy. But yeah, you're allowed to have a political opinion and then do other things in life. So hey, Flying Saucer, what's going on, dude? Waka waka waka. That's a Muppets, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. Moving on here. Now, this was an interesting question. Actually, wish I had Booster and Thundera in here because they would have an opinion on this, I'm sure. But I'm curious what your opinion is. Rumor Jennifer Lawrence to make Marvel Cinematic Universe debut as Sue Storm in Fantastic Four. Now, they are going to try take another shot at Fantastic Four, which you would think they'd let that sit for a little bit. I mean, damn, right? That thing was bad. The last one they put out, and I guess technically they're talking about the Marvel Studios cinematic universe because Jennifer Lawrence is famously Mystique, even though she hated doing it. Even though that's really kind of what got her the Hunger Games, which got her opportunity. Or did I have that backwards? I'm not sure. But I didn't really care for her much as Mystique. I don't. I think she can act. She's got skill. She needs to, and she's been real quiet lately, so that's good. But I just don't think she looked good as Mystique. And the reason for it is the original girl who played Mystique. She had that long, sleeky, a long, sleek body, and it really suited Mystique well. She's kind of short and stocky, right? Which is fine. It just didn't really suit as Mystique well for me. However, Sue Storm is a completely different character. Do you guys think that Jennifer Lawrence as Sue Storm would be interesting? And why would she do that, seeing as she's already a Marvel character? But they've done that before, I guess. I mean, Chris Evans is a perfect example. He was in the Fantastic Four movie as well, a Fantastic Four movie, and of course he became Captain America. Everyone loves him. What do you guys think? I don't know. I mean, she's like I said, she's been quiet for a while. I mean, I haven't heard any noise out of her. Of course, she did go through a lot of hell, which was sad. But I don't know. She could. I guess she could do it, and she can act. So I don't know. I don't know. Rebecca Romaine. Oh, yeah, that's fair enough. But these are the two ones we had before. This girl who I like, um, Jessica Alba. Yeah, that's her name. She was weird as Sue Storm. It kind of worked. This other girl, that movie was just bad. It was just bad. So I'm surprised they're taking a hack at it so quickly again. Anyway. She can be boring, yeah, she can be. But I mean, she is capable of acting. Is my point. She's not. We see a lot of young actors coming out of America, particularly these days, that just aren't very good at their job. They're just not, and she can do the job. She's not particularly interesting per se, but then again, she doesn't have. She's not the lead character, is she? I did see. I did watch the first Hunger Games, and it was pretty boring and dull. I didn't bother to watch the rest of them. So, but I didn't really care for the series, but it certainly made her famous. That's for sure. Although my brain keeps telling me that she was Mystique first, wasn't she? But I do know she hated playing that character. She didn't want to. She wanted out of that, and you can kind of tell in the last one a little bit. I can't see her working for Marvel again, so no. Well, there you go, Lady Celtic Moon. Yeah. Who played her in the Roger Corman film? I don't know. I don't know offhand, dude. Let me go check. Uh, see, Roger Roger Corman's off. So we should do a Roger Corman night on Drone and Quartered. That would be a lot of fun. Fantastic Four. I didn't even have to go very far. There we go. Let's see here. Come down to the. I wonder if it would even be on the IMBD or DB, whatever it's called. Cast here. Let's see. Yeah, it is. All right, cool. There you go. Let's see. Cast Susan Storm, Rebecca Stab. I don't know her. Let's see what she's done here. Yeah, I don't know her at all. Seems like a TV lady. She's probably cheaper because Corman. She's probably just cheaper because Corman had no intention of actually putting that movie out. He was just doing it to hold the rights. They kind of just threw it together, and I think it got a little away from. He's probably having fun with it, or whoever he put in charge. But it was intended just to hold the rights. So I don't expect they wanted to spend any money on that. But Roger Corman is awesome. We should definitely do something with him. All right, moving on. Now, the Gina Carano thing keeps coming up. We've talked about it here. Everybody and their brothers talking about it. Of course, you see her there in the Deadpool movie character, which I can't even remember what she played, but some tough lady, which suited her. But here, Twitter user, just a standard Twitter person, questions whether Disney will cancel the Auschwitz Memorial after posting similar tweet to Gina Carano. Well, Auschwitz, of course, is you know not a fun place, but a memorial it is indeed. But of course, they're talking about her little comment that she had made here. All right. Now, the thing that's funny about this is, we've talked about this before, but we've also seen a lot of people working for Disney make some pretty heinous tweets, really bad stuff. And not only does Disney not kick them out or fire them, they seem to not even chastise them. And of course, Gina hasn't said anything hateful at all. I mean, they say hateful and racist and mean and terrible things. She hasn't done that. Now, we all know that. But of course, this debacle is blowing up in Disney's face, extremely so, because people won't let it go. They've had a lot of people drop the Disney Plus, and honestly, more people should. Send a message to Disney. We're sick of it. We're done. If I'm telling you, if millions of people drop their Disney Plus stuff, Disney would turn around pretty quickly. But people don't, and that's why we don't get any movement on them. I think because it's only what, a couple 100,000, is it? And that's not nothing, but it's not going to make a dent in their brain for sure. Those are just hateful racists, right? As far as Disney's concerned, they don't need them anyway. But of course, what she's talking about is the fact that if you're not careful, what happened in Germany could happen here. That's all she's saying. It's very, very straightforward thing. And of course, it's ironic because the Auschwitz Memorial says the same thing. When we look at Auschwitz, we see the end of the process. It's important to remember that the Holocaust actually did not start from gas chambers. This hatred gradually developed from words, stereotypes, and prejudice through legal exclusion, dehumanization, and escalating violence. And that's very true. This is a much more succinct way of saying what Gina was saying. This is better. This, written by a professional, I'm saying, and she's just, she's an MMA fighter, guys. Yeah. But her point is valid, and they don't like it. And it's funny they keep calling this anti-Semitism. And it's like, all right, you're dumb. But this person is saying, well, the Auschwitz Memorial put out a same tweet, really, same comment. So is Disney going to ban them? Is Disney going to chastise them for their opinion? Right? Of course not. But the double standard is large and in charge, ladies and gentlemen. And I understand that everyone's talking about Gina, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I saw this particular one, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting point. Of course, in some way, it looks good though, because Ben Shapiro has got his movie studio he's trying to put up. And it doesn't look particularly political. I'm sure he'll do some political stuff, but mainly, Ben's a big nerd. We all know this, and he wants to make cool movies. And he's got, lots of money, so he can do whatever he wants. And so Gina landed on her feet, and she'll get paid probably more than she did with the Mandalorian, because from what I understand, she was getting like $25,000 to $50,000 an episode. It's not a lot. That's shockingly low, actually. Which kind of tells you what their budget was over there. They put it all into CG and maybe Pedro Pascal, who's another person you think they would cancel because, boy, he said some pretty nice stuff. Um, Dave says, I watched Gina's interview with Ben Shapiro. Good stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. I've seen a lot of people talking about it after the fact. I should go watch it because the thing I'm getting from a lot of the responses people are making is she's made a lot of statements, but did did she put any proof up, right? Because and you say, well, what does she need proof? It's just her opinion. It's just her word, right? Oh, of course I understand that, but she is a Nazi after all. We have to keep that in mind. And of course, that's the accusation people are going to make. And of course, Ben Shapiro is the big enemy anyway. He's not actually Jew enough for them, I suppose. But then again, one thing we have noticed about the progressives or the far left, they don't like the Jewish people very much. I don't know if you've noticed that. Yeah, I don't think they like anybody. I think that's the problem. But hopefully, this with Gina, she'll it'll work out for her, and she can keep doing what she wants. I'm definitely going to check out that interview from Ben Shapiro. I do watch Ben, although it's harder to find Ben. You have to go and actually search it because YouTube doesn't like him very much. And we'll see. But the thing is, these companies, they can't be allowed to get away with this stuff. They need to be punished, and the way you punish them is in the wallet. It's very simple. Roger says they should super glue the helmet on Pascal's head permanently. Yeah, it's true. Now, we made a offhand joke a week or so ago about that lady who put the glue in her hair. But let's be honest about one thing with that lady. I don't know her name, even though she's got a bunch of instant fame, her 15 minutes. But if you look at the video they showed, she's not out there acting like a fool. She's sitting up there saying, "Whoa, I did something very stupid, guys. Don't you do it too." That's what she said, right? She wasn't proud of it. It was an accident, and she just did something stupid. Maybe she didn't really understand what it was, or I don't know what her thinking was. but she made a mistake and she came out to warn people not to do it. Which you say, well, of course you shouldn't do it, but whatever. Her intentions were that. You could see that very clearly in the video. And then, of course, she ended up getting help and stuff, and there was a bunch of money raised. But she got the professional, doctor, the plastic surgeon, was able to get it out of her hair and help her out. So that's awesome. Off her scalp, really, was the problem. And it sounds like the whatever money amount of money was donated by people on GoFundMe, which sounds odd to me, because she didn't need it. Sounds like she's going to donate it to charity. So this lady is seems all right to me. I mean, she did something really stupid, but she doesn't seem to be hateful. She also said she doesn't understand when all these people talk about suing Gorilla Glue. Why would she do that? So I don't think there's any problem with the lady. But of course, there's been copycats, which is like, oh God, people. Anyway, let's move on. And of course, this was another follow up to it, which I just really tagged onto it because this is talking about her being bullied and stuff at Disney, and I can't say that I'd be surprised. And this really comes down to me saying the same thing Dave just said. Go watch the Ben Shapiro interview. Really. I think that we should all check it out. Not only are we giving support to Gina, you're giving support to Ben as well. And Ben, without question, fights the good fight. Although, do keep in mind, he will be the king of Israel one day. He will be. They shall rename him David. Yep. Anyway, also a bunch of other news that comes out of this article, and the fact that it's clear that John Favreau is very, very mad, and I don't think he knows exactly what to do. Uh, there were projects that were being worked on that he's canceled. He's obviously getting in fights with them. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is the dumbest thing. And it seems from all the evidence that's come out that Kathleen Kennedy is directly behind it. And you guys know here, we've several times made comments on this show saying that, and me particularly, saying that I wasn't 100% sure if this was all Kathleen Kennedy. I've had a feeling for a very long time that it was Bob Iger, because Bob Iger wants to be president and he wants to be Democratic president. And that he was using Kathleen Kennedy. Maybe she thinks that way, and therefore she was a good choice for it. And it was really Bob Iger behind the scenes that was causing and allowing everything to go on. I've said this several times. I'm kind of thinking that I'm wrong now, because she's she seems to be doing things just on her own volition. And now, because of the fact that it doesn't make sense that she hasn't been let go or fired, right? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, especially because she's personally responsible for losing millions and millions and millions of dollars. I almost wonder if I know I had joked at it, but I think it was either was it Booster or Thundero or Eric or somebody had made the comment that maybe she's got some blackmail on him. And I don't know, man. Maybe she does because it's all very bizarre. But then again, Coca-Cola came out and said, "Try not to be so white." So there you go. That's the world we live in. If you're a white person, try not to be white. It's not very good. Now imagine if they changed that over and said, "Try not to be so brown," or "Try not to be so yellow or black." Imagine that. Interesting. Good on you, Coca-Cola. You're doing well today. But yeah, let's move on. Now here is a new thing that the Abounding in the Comics been doing. They had several to choose from. I just went with the most current one, and I'm going to take a look at it and see if we're interested in it. And it's called the Daily Stupid, which is coming out of the thing that Sargon of Akkad had started, and now that Romanian V has taken over. I don't know. It could be fun. Let's take a look. They have three different things going on here, and just talking about silliness. So, no, Roger, there is no TFT today. But we'll do more. We're going to certainly do more in the future, but not every week. In this edition here, we're going to be talking about this lady here. Now, she is from New Hampshire. She's a representative in the state house, I guess, state representative, and she is a sponsor of a bill to deal with the whiteys. And I know it's ironic because she's clearly white. But she says New Hampshire Representative Chris Schultz, she, her, singularly, y'all. Okay, so pronouns in the bio. Perfect. Coca Cola shouldn't put cocaine in soda. Now, I agree, Yowza. They most certainly should not. But let's see here. She hashtag MPH, no, New Hampshire politics, fight for 15, which is I have we haven't sat and talked much about economics. We just trying to have a laugh here and have some fun, looking at things. But the whole fight for 15 is really stupid. Now, I know there's plenty of people listening who might say, "Well, I want $15 an hour." Yeah, sure, okay, that's cool. But you don't. That's not how you go about getting $15 an hour. Because by forcing companies to do that, you're going to put businesses out of business anyway. But also, what they're going to do is just hire less people, give you less time, because they can't afford it. Companies pay you what they can afford. It's only the big businesses, the big mega corporations that don't pay you what they can. Because why should they? It's all about bean counting, right? The little mom and pops, they try to make it a family environment in general, and they're going to pay you what they can pay you. But if you force them to that, it's economically unsound. And if you go speak to any economist, any of them, they will all tell you that it is foolish to have any minimum wage whatsoever. Because another thing the minimum wage does is interferes with the free market. And of course, we haven't had a free market in forever, but free market is a very, very neat little solution. It might be something you guys be interested in to go read, but we do have two very good examples in recent history of what a free market can do: Germany and Japan post war. Go check it out. Anyway, she is hashtag Medicare for all. Okay. Hashtag paid sick leave. Don't we already get that? Pretty sure we get that. And she's a big hashtag Captain Marvel fan. Of course she is. Anyway, this bill coming up, and and what they're trying to do is deal with uh, you know, racial perceptions and stuff. So this law House Bill 544, otherwise known as an act relative to the propagation of divisive concepts. Okay, so we seek to ban various elements of critical race and social justice theory from being taught within state. Contracts, grants, and training program. Of course, they shouldn't do that. Why would you have critical race theory at all? It's not right in its name. It's a theory. Yeah, right there. But the simple thing is, we should not be teaching people that their race matters. We should be teaching people that race should not matter. It's all about culture, right? But that's not what they want. They want to kill the whitey. So, it's okay. But this lady right here, she's going on and on and on. And the thing that's funny that in this first one here, because there's three stupid action thing. She basically says that Asians are just white anyway. They're not people of color. Now, I'm kind of curious as to what she means by Asian. Is that talking about the Orientals, the East Asians, like the Chinese, the Koreans, the Japanese? Is that talking about the Southeast Asians? Is it talking about the Indians, or is it talking about the Middle Easterners? I'm not really sure, because these days you're not supposed to say Oriental, which is very specific because clearly that's what she means, right? Because they've created a language burp that in many things that keeps you from being able to actually express yourself properly. So I'm sure she's talking about the Orientals, meaning the almond-eyed people, like amongst the ones I live. But we've mentioned this before. They're not Asian anymore. They're not yellow. They're white people, and therefore they don't get anything special. And of course, she calls a bunch of people racist and Nazis, and as usual. Yeah, 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 yeah. But what do you guys think about this? We're actually seeing in law now people proposing that Oriental people, or we can even use all Asians. I'm sure she doesn't mean that. She wouldn't dare say anything mean about an Indian, would she? But what do you think about the idea that we're getting to a legal point that they're trying to declare, Oriental people as not being Oriental? They're just another white. What do you guys think about that? I don't think the Orientals will care much for it. I mean, not that they're anti-white, because they're not, but they're kind of their own thing, aren't they? Aren't they? They certainly culturally are. I don't know. You guys should tell me. And Devilish Boardman agrees. I think Coke should put cocaine back into it. It would at least be worth drinking then. That's true. Well, anyway, there's one. So you go on your Schultz, and is it the German name that's causing her to kind of lose her mind? She's making up for something. I don't know. Anyway, we got another one here, and of course, we're looking at these two girls that have gone into Smash Brothers here, Pyrrha and Mithra. I'm not sure exactly where these girls are from. Are they Fire Emblem or Xenoblade? Maybe it's Xenoblade. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's Xenoblade. Okay. So you know what? Now that I've had time to think about it, I don't think I mind the characters themselves. I do feel bad for all the future Pyrrha, Mithra mains, though, because I will always look at you like I look at the average basement dwelling weeb, a fat, sweaty, disgusting loser. Well, that's nice. That's really that's you're nice. So this is just it looks like they're changing these characters or doing something with it. I don't know that character. I didn't really read that article very much. But Brianna Wu does have an opinion here. My feminist guilty pleasure is clearly over-sexualized characters like Bayonetta, but Pyrrha and Mithra in Smash. These are literally two of the stupidest character designs in the history of our industry. There's a way to do this, but this isn't it. So they're too sexy, I guess. And that's nice. This one over here has shown more skin. This one's a little bit more covered up, but can't have cute girls with boobies. That's not allowed. Definitely don't do that. Yeah, not at all. But why is Brianna Wu still speaking? I haven't heard of her from since Gamergate. She was part of that stupid cabal, right? Her. I keep calling her. It's actually a dude, but these days. So they're hating on more pretty Asian characters. The Asians are getting the kick today, but that's not the one I was interested in. This is the one I'm interested in. Disney Plus has now put a trigger warning on the Muppet Show. Let me say that again. Disney Plus has put a trigger warning on the Muppet Show, right? And I can't see why. They're not safe though. According to the New York Post, Jim Henson's classic The Muppet Show has become the latest series to receive an offensive content warning following its arrival at Disney Plus. Disney Plus has content disclaimers which note that rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create a more inclusive future together is nothing new. So, what's the problem, Disney? Is it they're not human, or are you guys all part of PETA? Is it anti-animal? Is there we got hate for the piggy here? Is that what it is? Hate for the piggy, or is this it? Is this it right here? The fact that Mark Hamill was on the show maybe twice, but maybe that's it. I wonder why. However, its application of the Muppet Show was particularly stupid considering the show's innocent, educational, and family entertaining content. Yeah, exactly. Even the New York Post failed to find precisely what Disney considers to be an offense on the show, speculating that it may have been a result of how some characters depict Native American, Middle Eastern, and Asian people, or even an appearance by Johnny Cash in which he is seen performing in front of a Confederate flag. And they had a Swedish chef too. How come we don't mention that? Huh? They picked on the what about that, huh? Huh? No, no love for the Swedish? I understand. Oh no, Johnny. How dare you, Johnny? Having a Confederate flag, war flag behind you. What are you doing? Miss Piggy's old Texas stop. Piggy, he's not a Texan. That's a Southern man there. Get it right. All right. But this is really dumb. I can't. There is no explanation, by the way. It just is what it is. All right. And there's a bunch of other nonsense going on here, but yeah, Muppet Show. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Let's see here. Dave says pigs in space. Yeah, dude. That was an awesome little thing. It's the people writing these articles that are stupid. It's fair. Like Brianna Wu would know anything about good female design in games. Her game is trash, and her fashion is pretty bad too. But you know, a lot of people have bad fashion, I guess. Uh, put the chicken in the pot. I don't know what that meant. Put the chicken in the pot. Oh, that's what I get it. I get it. Is that a Indian thing? Put the chicken in the pot. Yeah, I guess that it is. Oh my goodness, can they take a break? They can't. They can't. Let's see. Yeah, Devilish says if they cared about content and relaying the message that they would bring back Song of the South with that warning. Yeah, no, please do, please do. I don't. I never understood the whole Song of the South thing. There's a black dude in it, okay, and there's a rabbit who's a black dude rabbit, okay, and that black dude got paid money. He was awesome in it. Great sing. He isn't like Barbara Streisand or nothing. Yeah, yeah, I said it. Barbara Streisand's a good singer. Pain in the ass, but good singer. He had his melodies are great. He was very heartwarming. He's a nice dude. Now I know it's talking about the post-war South, and it has it's on a plantation, yada yada yada. But that is a good-hearted, fun Disney frickin' movie, right? Everyone's kind of getting along is the point. Song of the South is great. Bring it back, you bastards. All righty. Let me see. Good Disney doesn't want to make money. The only thing that is not offensive is its lineup of BLM shows that they want to put their money behind. And good on them. I'm really thinking, Disney is the target now. If you haven't noticed, because Disney won't shut up, they've done this to themselves. It's their own fault. But it is a big, bright, shiny target. And the simple fact of the matter is, the best thing anybody can do is do not support their content. Don't buy anything from Disney. Don't give their Disney Plus. Don't do anything like that. Completely boycott them, or if you prefer, boycott. Go to someone else. Go to someone else. Just keep in mind they own Hulu. Just so you know. And Coca-Cola and et cetera, et cetera. There's tons of these companies who don't have any appreciation for you. They hate you. So go and buy someone else's stuff. Don't buy their stuff. It's very simple. It's very simple. Just his favorite movie, Yentl confirmed. No, I've actually only seen her sing a couple of times on some video or some Grammys or something. I've seen her sing live. Well, it wasn't live; it was on the TV. But I've seen her sing a couple of times. But of course, I've heard some of her, legend songs on the radio a few times. Of course, I know she has a huge discography. I don't really know it at all, but I do know that lady can sing, though. That's for damn sure. And she was quite the icon back in the day, man. Anyway, moving on. Okay. Now, here on the left, we have Supergirl. Yep. We all recognize this. This is a rebirth version, but whatever. Here we have the girl who's going to play Supergirl in the upcoming movie. It sounded like a movie, maybe a TV movie. I'm not sure. It could be the CW thing or whatever. But this on the right is your going to be your new Supergirl. Now they're going to do like they did with Jessica Alba and blonde her hair up. Nope. No, no, no. We're going to get a Latina Supergirl because it's time, damn it. It's time. So there you go, ladies. I've been seeing here for a few years the Karen groups have been just chanting and ravagely going along with all the nonsense that's being said with cancel culture and such. And now you get canceled. Ha! I guess. Sad, isn't it? She's a pretty girl, though. I don't know this girl offhand. She looks familiar, though. That is an attractive young Latina, though. That is for sure. But it's it is what it is. Oh, look at that. Look at that iconic Supergirl. Look at her. She's going into action. She's doing the Clark Kent thing, and damn, that's really good art. I know that artist too. What's his name? No, that's not helping me. But yeah, that's really beautiful. Oh, there we go. Nice. Yes. Oh, yeah. And keep in mind that even though they're cousins, she's clearly different. Superman does have the black hair, doesn't he? And she's the blondie, right? Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's not diverse enough. That's not a, literally opposite colors is not diverse enough. It needs to be more. But anyway, there you go. So Supergirl, which was a horrible TV show anyway, which was really sad to me because I was like, oh, cool, man, Supergirl, that might be fun. And that was an absolute train wreck. I couldn't even get through the first 15 minutes. That's how bad it was. I couldn't even get through the first 15 minutes of the first damn show. And it just got worse and worse and worse from what I understand. It's a shame. It's a shame. I would love to seen it. Just like this upcoming Hulk thing. I would love to see She-Hulk, but look at the person that's in charge. You know it's not going to be a thing. Art Germ, that's who it is. Thank you, Dave. Yeah, amazing stuff. The guy kicks ass. I'm assuming this is some kind of digital 3D thing. It's not even 3D, is it? I don't know what it is, but it's badass. I like Art Germ. It is a beautiful piece, and it's so actiony. That's very nice. But what do you guys think about that? They're race swapping Supergirl. So it's not. Oh, this idiot's going to say something. He's the guy who's directing it. Let's not give him any time. That's the Andy Muschietti. But yeah, they've come for the ladies. It seems. Yes, it was Art Germ. Yeah, he's amazing. I do like Fiddler on the Roof. If I were a rich man, then of course that's a good song. But no, I'm talking about that iconic one. That what was it, Tommy Boy or Black Sheep, where they're singing in the car and they look at each other like, oh no, we don't want that crap, and then they cut to the scene where they're singing and crying as they sing it. That one's one I'm thinking of. But yeah, she had a couple of big old bangers, dude. But I don't know, whatever. You know, there it is. There it is. Very iconic. So they're getting rid of all the blondes. Can't have them, as if they're not already a limited amount of people anyway who are blonde. They've certainly gone after the redheads, which is an even smaller group of people. They've definitely canceled the hell out of them. So as long as you don't have red or blonde hair, maybe you're okay. Maybe you can disguise yourself a little bit of darkening skin tone stuff that the ladies use. What do you call that? Foundation. Yeah, put some of that on there. As long as and dye your hair black, and maybe you can be a POC too. There you go. That's how you solve it. Uh huh. Idiot. Now, like I said, I wanted to end today. I'm going to be here by myself. I was going to go a little shorter anyway, so this will be my last thing I do here. This is what I was talking about earlier. So you guys know I usually use bundling comics because I like the format. I do go check other news beforehand, and then if I can find it here, I show it, which I usually can. I know that Elrod and other people have made a lot of jokes. What do half of this stuff have to do with comic books? Well, nothing. It's a good point. It is a good point. But from my point of view, it's great because the format's awesome. It fills up screen. It's very easy to read. It's very easy to show off. So for a streamer, it's really nice. But let's go through this page. Let's see. I got a couple things. Josh Hughes says, if they give her blonde hair, then fine. But according to some Twitter people, that would be racist. Of course, I guess. Yeah, the trailer for Supergirl really had me wanting to watch it. It looked like they were going to show us growing into the powers, not being a carbon copy of Superman, but let her track her own. That's from my sketchbook. Yeah, no, dude. So was I. Same as you. I saw the trailer. Was like, hey, cool, man. Supergirl. Because she is different, and if you do it right, it can be a lot of fun. And she kind of especially got a cutie in there, and the girl they had playing her was certainly cute. And it could have been fun, and she could have been endearing, and they could have made a character we all love. I mean, another good example of a female TV character that was incredibly beloved was Wonder Woman. When I was a kid, that show was very popular, right? So people want to enjoy. They don't really care what the gender is. But it was a shame. It was a shame. The term is cancel culture. That's right, Roger. That's right. Now we covered this idiot here and this nonsense going on in this daily stupid thing. But you guys tell me if you see something you want to click on and check out. But here's one I didn't go, but Reed Pop Global President Lance Fensterman likes post celebrating death of Rush Limbaugh. Now I don't know what Reed Pop is. I have no clue whatsoever. But I do know a lot of people were cheering the death of this guy, and you know, They are the happy, loving, inclusive people, though. Keep that in mind. A word on Rush Limbaugh, though. Rush died at 70. Too young, really, I think. So safe journey, sir. But I grew up as a kid watching Rush Limbaugh. Now you say, watching? Rush Limbaugh's a radio guy. Well, here's the thing. Back when I was young, Rush Limbaugh was actually on TV, and he did the same thing he did in his radio. He just did it on TV. And I watched Rush every week. And I enjoyed Rush Limbaugh because he's very hard hitting. He seemed to be quite directly honest, and he fought what he thought was the good fight, and I tended to agree with him most all the time. And he inspired a lot of people. Keep in mind that Alex Jones took a lot of inspiration from Rush. Now, Alex did a very different thing. He has his dark jokes. He's playing a character. Sometimes he'll do a whole skit in character, right? And it's about this mad, screaming, crazy goon type of guy. And it's made him super huge. I mean, Alex is big, but if you take all that away and you get rid of the humor, which sometimes is just not very funny, Alex. But he usually doesn't lie to you. I mean, he's probably a couple times sounds like he's probably made some misquotes here or there. He says, but he was straightforward, and most of the time, if you give it a little time, you're going to find out what Alex said is true, and he's taken that off of Rush Limbaugh, of course. But Rush was nothing like Alex. However, Alex is a crazy guy, and it makes it easy for him to get picked on because of his antics. Rush was straight up pundit, something more akin to say a Hannity, type of character. But I think way better. And he was highly respected and given the Medal of Freedom for a reason. And the fact that all these hateful people celebrating the death of someone is in itself tells you all you need to know about them, doesn't it? Yeah. And this thing we keep seeing over and over. They keep talking about love and inclusiveness and happiness, but all they are is hate. They're just hate. And that's not good for you, man. It's gonna rot your insides out, dude. It's not good for you. Ha ha ha, Chester. There were no TV when you were a child. Don't lie. Okay. GOP gamer. Hey, GOP. Sup, Chester. Um, he says Rush was a major influence on me when I was young. Yeah, yeah, yes, he was. He was. My sketchbook says, I think the first major mistake in Supergirl was the overuse of the actress that played her Kryptonian mother. Yeah, see, I couldn't get past the first 15 minutes. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad. So I just like, nope, I'm out, dude. But it's a shame. Let's see here. It was a dinosaur in a box that said, meh, it's a living. That's true. That is true. That was a
Oh,
good show,
golly
by the way.
goodness, Chester. I can't believe everyone left you all alone.
Well, you guys have been warned about doing that. It's kind of like gremlins and feeding in water.
I know
It's all your
exactly. That's why
fault.
I'm here. Is it too late? Have you said the N word? Is it okay?
I said Jew a few times.
Ah.
I might have,
Oh, well.
but I was defending them, however.
Oh, that's okay then. I was defending the blacks. It was okay for me to say the N word.
I was. How you doing, Booster?
I am among them. I'm doing spectacular. I only woke up a wee while ago. Did I mention I'm working again?
Yeah, you did, and that's awesome, dude. I just wish it was more
Great,
permanent,
yeah.
not so seasonal for you, dude.
hmm
You know.
Let's hope this is the year I get my shit together for real this time. It was supposed to be 2020, but then all sorts of shit happened.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the year that everyone will forget or never forget. I'm not sure
We'll
which.
just we'll
Yeah.
just we'll just play it off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we will. I'm kind of had covered little articles I wanted to do, and I'm just looking at all the crazy news that I couldn't cover everything. This is something that Bounding in the Comics is doing now. This daily stupid thing, where they'll take a
Yeah.
few articles and kind of laugh at it. We got Madonna, of course, talking about how the patriarchy has oppressed her and her $800
Oh
million
yeah.
dollars. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Poor fucking Madonna, man.
I know it's.
I should write her a check.
You should immediately.
Yeah.
You are part of the patriarchy, I think. I'm not sure.
I am. I'm an active member. I get on their board meetings and everything.
Yeah. I don't know about the one woman one. I guess I could click on it if you guys want. I know the Marina Sirtis, who of course was on Next Generation, and she looks like she's getting a bit uppity. Do keep in mind, Marina, I have seen you crying in interviews how happy you were to do the Next Generation, so you didn't have to keep taking your clothes off and getting raped in movies. I remember this, Marina. I remember it. I'm old enough.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
She
Mhm.
literally crying on interview that she was so happy to do in Star Trek because in all of her movies she gets naked and someone's raping her, right? And she was sick of it, right? And she
Sick
was
of it.
she was
I'd
sick of
get
it.
pretty sick of that. That's yeah. That must get old.
Yeah, I mean
It's
it's
like
a
old
movie rape, it's not
Sean
real.
Bean when he reads He Has to Die, right? Every time he must be going crazy.
Yeah, but I mean I understand, I understood, I sympathize. It was awesome, congratulations. And she was a lovable
Mhm. Mhm.
character on the Next Generation. But now she says those people who died in Texas, they got what they deserved. They got it.
Oh, oh, I almost said. Can I say the C word?
Yeah, sure.
Does it apply here? What a cunt!
Yeah, I'd say
Wow,
so. Yeah, absolutely.
how
Absolutely.
horrible.
How horrible, Marina. But I mean, it's how soon we forget, Miss Sirtis. Huh. And of course, Coca-Cola, having their employees have to do a seminar with that white fragility lady, telling them,
Oh yes.
trying really hard not to be white. You really should
Be
really
less
be less
white.
white. Yeah, be less
How do you
white.
do that? Do you have to sit there and like power up like a Super Saiyan, like until you just grow melanin? Is that?
I think they just want you to take some dark colored spray and just spray your body and just go full Soul Man.
Would you, some kind of you say a face of black? Would you say?
Something like that. Some kind of black face, is it? I
Oh,
think that would be the solution. So,
there we
there
go.
you go.
We
Coca
figured it
Cola.
out.
We did. Coca Cola is promoting blackface. Write that down.
Just there you go. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
black,
absolutely.
just like the drink.
Yep, just like this tree. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see here. The whites always excuse your systematic racism, Chester. Yes, they do. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
GOP says, I was considering joining the stream so you weren't alone, but Booster is here so I can continue playing Fallout as I listen. Oh,
Oh, you
oh,
could have had GOP Gamer, but you got me
that's
instead.
right.
Sorry, everyone.
Yeah. Uh, does Madonna still want to blow up the White House? I'm pretty sure. Nah, she just Madonna's a different case though, Booster. I think because
Mm,
we see a lot of these celebrities just giving lip service to this nonsense, and just so that they can get their virtue points and they're moving on. Madonna seems to have had a bit of an aneurysm. I think. I think she
yeah,
believes her own hype, dude.
she is an old lady, isn't she? And she's
She
got like
is.
all sorts of weird shit. Like she's 62 now,
Yep. Yep.
and she's got all sorts of weird things to. Should try and make her look younger. She's doing all right for a 62-year-old, even though she has all sorts of things holding her together.
Well, and it
But
doesn't help that you've been in 1,022 specifically orgies. That doesn't help a lot.
yeah,
That's kind of
yeah, that probably
wears you
doesn't
out a
help
bit.
at all.
It does. It does.
But the poor woman seems to believe her own bullshit.
She does, and she's no longer like a virgin. That I can tell you, sir.
hmm
Yeah.
I remember when she was in her bathtub going, "We're all in this together." It's like, yeah, we're in the same storm, but you're on a different boat, you bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. And how come I'm not in the tub, Miss Madonna? I want to be in the tub.
Yeah,
Now, do I want to be in the tub?
invite us in your tub, you bitch.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm a brave guy when it comes to things like that, Booster. But I don't know. Am I brave enough to slip into a tub with a naked Madonna?
hmm Yeah,
Oof.
that'll be quite the adventure to tell tales of.
It would
Yeah.
certainly be spider-esque. I think would be the
hmm
word.
hmm
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, what people
I
that died in Texas, and was the actress who played the counselor in TNG? Yes, she was. This is you see her on the
mhm.
right in the blue dress. Sorry, she's holding the gloves. Her name is Marina Sirtis. She was Counselor Troy on the Next Generation, but before that, she was in a lot of movies, B movies, where she was the rape victim because she's kind of cute. She's kind of cute, and that was she kind of got typecast, and she was in tears with her happiness to getting the Next Generation role, which I was
It
like, awesome, dude.
probably would suck that being your acting legacy. Yeah, I'm the one who gets raped. That would,
It
that
sucks,
would be
dude. Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I felt for her. But yet, it seems the news is reporting that some people have died in Texas from the cold snap. I don't know what to make of it because I'm not there to see the daily news like you guys. But I mean, I did see a couple of things where basically they had a dusting of snow, but I don't know. For me, that's nothing. But maybe they have no equipment or no way to deal with snow or real cold. That could be the problem. I don't really know what it is. She is a nutcase. She's always been a demonic pagan. You're right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got a interesting story I just put on Discord if you'd like to cover that one.
Oh, sure.
Very interesting story.
Okay.
Don't know if you cover this one today.
No, I haven't. So let me see if it
So you're
comes up
aware of this
properly.
Hogwarts Legacy video game, right?
Yeah, I did talk about it. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Well, this news story is the idea that the Hogwarts Legacy lead designer used to run a anti-social justice YouTube channel,
I covered that
and that's
already. Yeah,
you have. Oh, you did that without me.
I'm
That's
sorry.
not fun.
But you can have a chat about it if you like. I'll go back to it. Let me go back to the one. What am I doing here? Let me go back. Here it is.
Um,
Yeah, I'll go back over to it if you want to make some comments on it. Sure, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you about it. You know, it's just funny to me. You know, and look at them. Look at them. Definitely not trying to cancel people. Wink, right?
Oh no,
Like
they definitely are.
you're not even allowed to be right wing in the industry.
Well, of course, the irony is the fact that, you know, these you can't have a political statement, but yet the creator of Hogwarts never shuts up about politics, right? So
Yes.
it's just double standard, double standard, double standard. I'm kind of wanting to click on this just to see what the Wonder Woman thing is. Let me check it real quick. I want to see what the
What I got there?
Okay, crazy people. We got okay, crazy Madonna. Oh man, yeah, we work 62. It's not bad. She's desperate. Oh, that's cute. You think you're
Hmm.
oppressed? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That definitely looks like a View woman. Uh huh. Let's see here. Where is it? Here, one woman. Okay. Let's see. As for the cause of this, Immortal Wonder Woman 2, Wonder Woman recounts how she loved Superman after he sacrificed and saved the Earth. As you can see, Diana states, I loved him all the more for it. This isn't out of the ordinary. Superman, the two are great friends, and in the past, they've actually been lovers. They should be lovers all the time. And the fact the new 52, they were a series, yeah, I prefer that. So, what are they bitching about?
What are they bitching about?
We are staying with some friends. We got power back this morning. Nobody has water though. What a mess. Uh, this is a person who wrote the Immortal Wonder Woman, I guess.
That art of Superman fighting Darkseid looked like crap.
Oh, I see. She's not allowed to like Superman. Oh God, these people are so dumb that doesn't even make sense. All right, let's come down.
Oh.
I covered that one. We covered this one. We talked about that one. I asked the chat, what do you think about the idea of Little Miss Lawrence here playing another Marvel character in Sue Storm? What do you think?
Miss Lawrence? Who's that?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Yes.
Sue Storm.
Yeah.
Uh, she looks alright in that picture. I don't know. I just yeah, she could fit the role probably. I just don't think she's a very good actress.
No, well, she's good. She's serviceable, especially if she's a
Yeah.
background character, right? For me, I mean, Sue Storm, it doesn't necessarily need to be the front at all. Although she should be strong in her character though. But Jennifer Lawrence, the thing for me is she just doesn't have the right body type to play a superhero, right? She's kind of
Mm.
short and squat. I'm not saying she's fat because she's not fat, but she's just got that short, squat body, right? It's not heroic esque or heroine esque. It's not.
Hmm.
And of course, she's not a natural blonde. This is an Italian or something. I don't know what she is, but I don't know. I just don't think she suits that role. But whatever. Having the censorship of more anime is being censored more. Yeah, wonderful. That's what we need. I covered
That's
this.
what. Yeah, of
This
course
idiot
we need more.
here. This one right here. Huh? Let me see here. What? Hold on a second.
What's happening?
Crunchyroll apologized for announcing accurate English title for I Became a Dark Skinned Gal, So I Tried to Bang My Best Friend anime. What? Da da da.
Go ahead.
Crunchyroll has issued an apology for their announcement English
What?
title from the anime adaptation of popular hentai manga Kuro Gairu ni natta kara shinyu to yatte mita. What's the problem? I believe the actual translation name would became I became a dark skinned gal, so I tried to bang my best friend. Some mistranslation. Let's see. It says a black girl um, wants to try her best friend, for the Japanese that means to have sex with. They don't say things that directly. So there's a black girl. Oh no no she no yeah a black girl has sex with her best friend or tries to try get has a try with her best friend. Okay, so what's the problem? She dark skin. It's actually black, but okay. um, so people are upset because they use dark skin gal, I guess.
I guess
Jesus, dude.
that's how easy it is now. It's too exploitative of people of color.
And they didn't really get the black very well. And
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't even get that very well.
I mean, they literally just use another character and just darken up their skin, right?
Yeah, yeah, this is her, I guess. She's not very dark. But Kurugaru simply means you do see them here in Japan. But they try to be black. They put the makeup on and they try to act black and stuff like that. It's actually a Japanese phenomenon that most Japanese laugh at and point their fingers. Ha ha. Yeah,
Dick's missing.
my dick's missing. Yeah. Yeah.
Fine, I'll watch this one later.
All
God.
right. God. Makes zero sense if they plan to have them do anything with the X-Men. Bullet says, "Yeah, no, I didn't really care whether the rumor is true or not. I was just curious of the idea of Jennifer Lawrence doing it. I just don't think she's the right choice to be a hero. She doesn't have the
Mm.
body for it, nor does she have the chops. She's useful in other ways. Let's see, this course Coca-Cola nonsense with Robin DiAngelo. That stupid woman of male fragility teaching white people to be less white. You got some drama from the 60s is getting an audio version of itself. Author Jason Stanford accuses Bain Books forums of being used to advocate for political violence. Okay. Okay, whatever. This guy, he was in Star Trek. He's systematic racist. Look at him. He's a racist. Can't you tell? Can't you tell?
Look how racist he is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is interesting how many of these Hollywood types want to come out and say, "Yes, I'm part of the problem." Okay, so go away.
Yeah, then piss off.
Yeah,
Like,
piss off.
jump off a cliff.
Yeah. My sketchbook says Japanese are weird some folks sometimes. Especially in Tokyo, dude. Uh, Gyaru girls are icky. Yes, they are, dude. They're very, very icky. It's such an unfortunate fashion.
Hmm.
It most certainly is, Ray Thulu. Let's see how I talk about this one. What do you think about this nonsense? They've come for the white ladies now. So Supergirl is now this little hottie Latina here. She is a hottie though, dude, without
Mhm.
question. But that's a completely
Never
different
will
vibe.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize there was a Latin is on Krypton, but alright.
Yeah. No, no, there are now. But
Well, they're all just Kryptonian.
well, they're coming for you. They're coming for you. No one's safe. They're doing a new
Mhm.
adaptation of The Running Man in the works at Paramount Pictures from Edgar Wright. Now, Edgar
Oh,
Wright doing The Running Man. Ooh, dude. Ooh.
I think Edgar Wright for me is the one director that if you're telling me he's doing something, I'm in.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with that. And his Running Man would be bizarre.
Yeah,
It could be very interesting actually. That's I should have I didn't have a panel in here to talk about it, but that would be a good panel discussion actually. Yeah, that's not a bad one. Mortal Kombat director reveals who is the key villain of the film. We know who the key villain is. It's Mortal Kombat. God, did you see that trailer? You see our trailer?
I did see that trailer. Yeah.
What do you think?
I I don't know what to think so far. It looks cool, right? But it also looks kind of fan made-ish or something. I can't put my finger on it,
Yeah,
but it looks
yeah,
cool enough.
it looks cool enough. The only two things I saw that were weird is where Cage has been put to the side for the pseudo Asian looking fellow. So I
Mm,
guess you can't have white people in a martial art movie, I suppose. Black dude's
yeah.
fine though. Black dude's fine.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. And obviously, and the fact that Raidin is being played by some Asian fella. Why the world? Why don't you bring back the dude, the Highlander? He's not dead yet.
Hmm.
I mean, bring him back. You know, that would be awesome. He'd actually look better. He'd be older and it'd be more appropriate. But nope, whatever. It might be cool. I hope it's cool. Are you looking forward to it?
It's not like I'm rushing to see it in theaters or anything, but I'll give it a watch if it comes out. You know, I'll pirate it.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There
But
you go. I really, yeah. La Raza girl. That's right, Raythulu. My sketchbook says they race swaps Melina. It's a black chick with that side. Yeah, no, I saw that. But of course, they're all going to be covered. The women will not show you any skin whatsoever, even though we'll have bare
none.
chested men all over the place. Christopher Lambert. I already miss Christopher Lambert as Raiden. Raythulu says so do I. I mean, that's a no-brainer, dude. Just go get him like they did actually in the last one they were just going to bring him on for a very short period of time just to get his because he's expensive and just to get his things and be done with it. But he was so enamored by the project that he was like, you don't have to pay me, and he went with them to Thailand. He spent a lot of time helping and working with that movie because he thought it was a good project. Christopher Lambert would certainly come back for you, I'm sure. So like I agree, Raythul. I'm already missing him. I did see the Red Band trailer, Roger. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hope it's good. We covered this one. Yeah, dumb lady. What's this one? Atlas drops Persona 5 Strikes launch trailer. Well, my daughter likes Persona. Do you play Persona?
I haven't played Persona, but it's one of those ones I've been meaning to get around to.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. No, I get it. My daughter loves it, so I mean it's her favorite series. So but I don't know much about it. I really don't understand the premise of the game, but awesome, I guess.
Mm.
Ooh. Oh yeah, this is the Chun Li not nonsense with that idiot that doesn't know that Chun Li's not part of Mortal Kombat. I mean, dude, there's not a lot of. I talked about this earlier. There's not a lot of characters that are kind of known around the world, right? It's just a
Yeah,
few,
Chun
and Chun
Li's
Li's one of them.
definitely known as Street Fighter. She's known as the Big Thighs lady, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, she is trying to go, it was just satire. You guys don't know it's clearly satire. Then why would you waste everyone's time with a satire shit article at this time of year?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you didn't come for the second movie. Yeah, that's true. My sketchbook, you're right. Roger says, Chester, did you see the trailer for Diablo 4 for the new character class? No, I'll go check it out though. I don't know. Are you over the top? What do they call it? Isometric gamer? Do you like that stuff?
Me, I really like Torchlight 2, and that's about it. Torchlight 3 was dog shit,
Ooh.
and I don't care that much about Diablo.
Yeah, no, dude. I played Diablo and it was okay. I did like
Yeah,
Torchlight 2 as well. That was fun. Yeah,
that's a good fun game.
it was. It was very colorful and it was
Yeah,
snappy. Oh yeah,
yeah,
we're getting a black
love that shit.
Constantine. Are you happy? Yeah.
Fuck.
Gotta get rid of them blondes, dude. You can't be having them
I
blondes.
think, I think that was the first one that legitimately pissed me off.
Really?
Because yeah, it really did piss me off. Because Constantine is my connection to my English culture. You know, where I was born in England,
Yeah.
and that's why I get a little uppity if Constantine is written by an American or just anyone that isn't British, really, right? For me, Constantine, someone's got to be written by a Brit. If he isn't, it shows. It shows in his
Yeah.
language.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, I get
And
it.
for them to just take him and just change, because they always try to say that race swapping doesn't change a character. It does, right? And it's noticeable that it changes a character, right?
Well,
You can try to claim it doesn't as much as you like, but it does change the character
it,
on a
it
fundamental level.
radically changes his character,
Yeah.
and it's insulting to everybody involved, all the races.
Yeah.
There's one I saw recently. I just like, damn. And this might not mean anything to you guys, but there is a famous French character that's been in a bunch of shows and books and stuff, and it's kind of it almost wants to fall into the similar vein of Sherlock Holmes in a way, and it's called Lupin, right? And
Hmm.
Lupin, meaning the wolf, he's a bit of a criminal and stuff, but in the end, he kind of ends up helping people and does the right thing type of character, right? Netflix has a series of Lupin, and it is that Lupin, the French character, and he's the blackest dude you ever seen in your life.
Hmm.
Yeah. I know it means nothing to you guys because you don't know who Lupin is, but it's like,
I think I
damn,
saw that
dude.
Netflix series.
It's
Yeah.
really, yeah, and of course they're betting on that kind of stuff where you don't know. Warner Brothers Television back to developing a show about DC's Secret Six. Ooh, dude. Ooh,
Oh, Secret Six.
Secret Six.
Animated or a show about it? Cause shit, if there's anything I'd love something to be made of, it's Secret Six. But
Yeah,
if
like
Gail
a
Simone is attached to it, um, that'll
yeah.
be just nonsense. But shit, I love the Secret Six. This is the most underrated comic series ever made.
I
Secret
agree.
Six,
Yeah, it is a good series.
2008 run is so fucking good. Yeah, it's written by Gail Simone. So what? Suck my dick. She was good back then, and this series is so good.
Yeah. Well, Lupin the Third is a Japanese version of that story. It's a great grandson or something like that. Bullet. But all right, animated or live action? Of course, we want animated. Without question, we want animated because they do
Yeah,
a good job on that
because
stuff.
and a character as silly as Catman is gonna translate much better to animation than a dude in a fucking suit calling himself Catman.
Well, you know what they did
Because
well in the Secret Six was taking characters that by themselves weren't really doing much for them in the comic books, particularly someone like Catman, and
yeah,
making them useful as part of a team.
I
It's
I
good.
love that.
Yeah, me too.
It's it's what they really should do with their B characters, comics in general, because it actually comes out quite fascinating.
Yeah. Let's see here. Not going that I didn't go forward. Okay, so it's like been in development hell. It sounds like. Da da
I
da.
I mean, the latest Suicide Squad animated movie, it was called Hell to Pay. That was based on Secret Six, my favorite story from Secret Six, but they just took that story and made it a Suicide Squad one.
All right. They don't say well it's animated or TV, live action, but it sounds like they're back. It had been canceled and now it's back in development. Maybe. Okay.
Hmm.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let's see here. I got to go through all this crap again. I got a couple more minutes. I can look at some more and see if there's anything interesting. So basically, the Secret Six are the Avengers. Yeah, well, I'd say more like Thunderbolts, but you know.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
uh, is Snyder working on faithful King Arthur adaptation? Pessimistic about Justice League sequel. Again, God, dude,
What are they giving Zack Snyder this time?
King
I
Arthur.
stop giving him work. He sucks.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I know because for some reason there are genuinely a lot of Zack Snyder fans, and I think that's stupid. I saw the other day a tweet that was like, "Your daily reminder that Batman vs Superman is a masterpiece." It's like, oh, you don't know film if you think that fucking movie's a masterpiece. That is an abomination. It is an abomination of film. It is an abomination as a comic book adaptation. That movie just sucks, dude.
Yeah, and you're right, my sketchbook. Yay, Brie Larson's going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm not going to watch it anyway, so who cares?
Yeah,
Um,
piece of shit.
all right, so we're having another fighting game. Okay, hold on a second. Headhunted to another world from Salaryman to Heavenly King manga series coming to North America. Yeah, I don't think it'll look like that.
Hmm.
Those
Hmm.
boobies are large and in charge, brother.
Hmm.
More stuff
So
with,
welcome.
yeah, they sure, yeah. Acronyms racist in it's San Fran Mortal Kombat. What more stupid stuff? Yeah, people. Yeah, poor Rush. Well, whatever. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Let me come over here. Hi. Okay. Hey, Booster. How you doing, dude?
Hey, I'm doing spectacular. I love being alive.
That's awesome. I know you're being
Mhm.
sarcastic, but that's all right. Um, let's see. King Arthur is the best black slow motion character ever. All right, there you go. Got it.
Yeah, Zack Snyder in slow motion is yeah. I swear you could halve his movies by taking out the slow motion.
Oh no, that's fair. That is fair. But sounds like he's got a zombie movie coming on Netflix really soon. It's a zombie heist movie. Well, sounds weird. But yeah, I don't mind the look of a Zack Snyder film. But I don't care for the tone. For him, it's
Mm.
always grim dark, and that can work in the right setting. It could
Not for
even work in
superheroes.
well, it could if there was bright shining success and hope at the end, right?
Mm.
Them
Yeah.
fighting against incredible odds and coming out on the other side. But that's not what he does. It's all dour and grim and negative. And the Man of Steel showed us this immediately, right?
Yeah.
Um, so
You
yeah,
can't do that with Superman.
yeah, but here's the thing though. Who's a better director, Zack Snyder or J.J. Abrams?
Don't make me make that choice. uh, you're gonna make me say J.J. Abrams. You realize that?
Ah, well, you would
And I
be
don't want
wrong, but
to.
go ahead.
I'd be wrong. All right. That's just. It's not because I like J.J. Abrams. It's because I dislike Zack Snyder that
Yeah,
much.
but what is a director's job, right? Now, you
To
might not like the
direct.
tone, you might not like the way he went about it, but Zack Snyder can direct. He can tell a story from beginning to end without
Yeah.
problem. He can actually direct movies, right? So JJ can't.
Fair enough. Honestly, yeah. I can't argue. I can't really argue with that.
So, uh
But just understand me. You gave me the choice between a piece of shit and a sparkly piece of shit, right?
that's right. So
Yeah, yeah.
always
It's like, oh, but this one has glitter. It's like, great. I don't get it away from me. What are you doing?
and that is to Raythul has another good point. Snyder doesn't destroy the franchises he works on. That is a
Um,
good point. Justice League doesn't count. That's Warner
I
Brothers' self-owned
disagree.
wound, dude.
I mean, he destroys them in an entirely different way.
Yeah, the chat is disagreeing with Ray Fulu. But anyway, all right, guys. Well, awesome. Thank you for coming in, Booster. Thank you guys all for being here.
Of course.
Uh, I had a chuckle at a bunch of that stuff. I don't know if you guys did. But here's the thing. Uh, it's either laugh or cry. Choose, right? Because that's the way it is. And I mentioned this earlier, Booster. That I kind of figured after they won everything, including
Hmm.
Biden, because keep in mind it's not just the American SGWs that are cheering; it's the SGWs all over the world were cheering. For some reason,
Yeah.
America is important to them somehow. But
Hmm.
nevertheless, they've won everything. So you kind of figured they back off the gas a little bit. Nope. They are pushing
No, of
harder
course they
than
are.
ever, dude. Can you
Of
believe
course
that
they would.
Coke? Yeah, but why? You got what you wanted.
Yeah, but now's the time for a complete takeover.
I
Destroy absolutely any dissent while they have power. Look how much they managed to accomplish when they weren't in power.
That's true. That is true, dude.
Now they have it.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, the one of the big kickers of the current day's news is the Coca-Cola one. That was an
Hmm.
internal thing that was leaked by someone who was clearly pissed. But they're literally
Yeah.
giving their employees, reduce your whiteness training.
That is.
Coca-Cola.
What does it have to do with Coca-Cola? So, what kind of employees, right? Was it like the advertising firm, or was it like the people in the factory?
I would imagine it's
Do we
the
know that?
people, the executives. It was only a few hundred people, so it was probably all
Right.
executive types. I doubt it
Because
was
I
factory
could
worker. Yeah.
almost understand if it was the advertising firm. because that's the only one that makes logical sense as to why you'd want to do something like that, even though I totally disagree with that. But anyone else just seems like a massive waste of time and just straight up brainwashing.
Well, and another thing that comes into play with it that I don't know if you guys realize, Coca-Cola, the factories in America, they only serve you. All over the world, and probably nearly every country on the planet, Coca-Cola has multiple factories. Not just one, many. Even in the little town over the mountain from me, which is 60,000 people in the entire region, right? It's not a lot. Even
Mm,
they have a Coca-Cola bottling and distribution center in that little town, right?
hmm
Coca-Cola is all over the world. They're in every culture, in every people, in every place. Why would you start singling out one racial group? Don't you think the other racial groups might then wonder what you're doing and what you're thinking about them?
These people, these fucking weird anti-white people that are all over the place, they're fucking parasites.
Well, in the West, but on Oceania as well, I guess. Here in Japan, we don't have that problem whatsoever. They kind of like us.
Hmm
We, they don't.
Ooh, waiter, you have lots of money.
Well, the Asians don't like the blacks much. I don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard.
They
Yeah.
don't care for them very much. They don't like the
hmm
Filipinos very much either, which I don't understand
Oh, the
what the difference between
Filipinos.
Filipinos and Thai are. But they like Thai, but they don't like Filipinos. So I don't know what that is.
All right.
Um,
Very selective.
Very selective. They don't care much for the Indians or Arabs much either. Asians are kind of bigots, I think.
Hmm
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah, because they're
they,
allowed to be.
I guess so. But they like the whites though. They have no problem with us. So all right.
Ah, hooray.
Racism. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. I will check you out tomorrow. Keep in mind that 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing comic book news, and I will do my best to keep it as comic booky as possible. Although that's getting difficult, Booster. It's getting
Yeah.
tough. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well,
look at
keeping up with comic book news, you mean,
no,
or?
just finding any.
Oh, right. Yeah. I know it's dead out there,
It
and
is, yeah.
I haven't read comics in months. I'm usually the guy who keeps up with comics. I haven't been reading them. I don't give a shit about future state.
Well, no, I'm not interested in Future State either.
Yeah.
I have read a few things, mainly older stuff and the indie comics that I get coming in. Matter of fact, I
Yeah.
just read Chrono Mechanics a few days ago.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
How was
pretty
that?
good. Well, it's pretty good.
Oh, that's good fun.
But
That's good. That's good.
well, one thing I think Art did better than some of the other dudes is he did what he does best, which is the art. He's a great artist. I mean, he's a journeyman artist, is what he is, right?
hmm
And he let a writer write the story. You know,
What
um,
a concept.
what a concept, right? But because we have so many
Yeah.
of these guys who are the artists who are writing their own stories now, and Ma, you can find some gold in there. I mean, there's some people who are
hmm
capable of doing both, but they are very different mindsets, ladies and gentlemen. It's
Yes.
a different type of art, and I think a lot of people would benefit from having an actual writer on your book. If you're the artist, then just hire the writer as a writer and pay them a page count. Give them a set amount of money. You don't have to share the
hmm
project with them. Just hire them to write the story for you and just pay them like that. I know that another problem that's going on is the fact that there's not a lot of writers. I really wish I had more time because I could certainly help with that, whether either writing or editing. I could be helpful in that way in this community. I just don't have the time. I mean, as it is, I have 1 minute to shut the show off so I can jump in the shower and get into work, right?
hmm
So,
I've been a good boy. I've been working on my own script, Chester.
well, you should, and we
Yeah.
need more writers. We do need more writers.
I've been
So,
very fortunate to have friends that are both writers and artists because they point out all the shit in my script from very different perspectives.
well, that is good. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
handy.
Talk to people who know what they're doing and get advice
Absolutely.
and utilize them. All right, guys.
hmm
Thank you very much. And Booster, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Wash your ass.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely wash our ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Namaste. Later.
Namaste. Later.